favorite episode was Vincent the Doctor.
Oh,
and just,
yeah.
I was going to ask you a little bit about that, how that came about, why specifically did they choose him, Vincent Van Gogh, to do an episode, or did you have any involvement in that?
Could you tip the mic up or whatever?
Yeah.
We're having a hard time hearing you guys.
Yeah. I heard Vincent and the Doctor.
Yeah, I was asking, as far as that episode, Vincent the Doctor, how did they decide to use him, like, specifically?
Okay, they come to that. Well, so that all came about because Richard Curtis, who's an amazing writer of films, like Four Weddings and a Funeral and About Time, he really wanted to write an episode of Doctor Who because his kids are big fans. So he was like, I had this idea about Vincent van Gogh, and they were like, you can do whatever you want. So he wrote the episode, and it was just so much fun. I loved it, and Tony Karan, who played him, was amazing. We shot that in Croatia, and I remember they had Vincent's house, the set that they were shooting in, and Tony decided to just stay in the house, and there was no electricity or anything. He would just like sleep in the cold at night, just to get into the character. It was pretty amazing.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he's a fellow Scotsman.
Exactly.
So.
And he played it Scottish, which is quite cool.
Yeah. It's the other side of Vincent. Yeah. Hi.
Hello. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. This is incredible. My question is, if it was up to you, would you choose the 11th Doctor or would you choose Rory to be with you?
You're causing trouble, feuds between the boys somewhere now, Matt and Arthur.
I think if it were me and I was in that position, I would choose Rory because true love wins. I don't know. If I had a really intense friendship, I would definitely choose love over that. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Was it ever surprising to all of you guys how much people kind of came to rally around Rory? Because at first, he could have easily been sort of a one-note character. Not even one note, but a lesser character in that trio. But instead really held his own and became like a really strong guy.
And we didn't know that was going to happen at the beginning because he was actually only in the 11th hour a little bit and then didn't pop up until the end of the series. So he didn't have any idea that he was coming back as a full-time companion, and neither did we. Stephen Moffat kept that under his hat. But then he just really came into his own and became a hero in his own right, which was just such a cool development.
Yeah. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
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 I don't think it's on.
Sorry, I can hear you actually better than that.
I want to say the Weeping Angels episode of Doctor Who is probably two of the scariest episodes I've ever seen. Does that compare at all to Oculus? Like, is it a different type of scary, or?
It was scarier to film because we shot that two-parter. That was the first thing we ever shot, so it was scary for that reason. So we were like, what are we doing in this TV show? And also, we shot it underground, very far underground, in caves in Wales, for weeks on end. So we never saw daylight, and that was really scary. Oculus was in quite a comfortable house.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a good question. Hi there.
Hi. I would like to ask you about the best blooper that comes to mind in filming. Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like I don't have enough bloopers. Which I don't know what that means.
That you're perfect. That you never make a mistake.
That's not good.
Well, it can be somebody else's blooper that you just witnessed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, my favorite thing ever. Oh, hands down, is that when Alex Kingston had to land on top of Matt Smith and she headbutted him really hard. And it was supposed to be like a sort of sultry moment, but they were just both in so much pain and he was trying to look manly about it and failing.
Manly about it and failing. That should be like the Matt Smith autobiography. Doesn't sound like a title of a book. Flailing.
I agree with my other self, and I think you're my favorite companion, of all time.
Oh, thank you very much.
In Doctor Who, there are various emotional scenes for you. Which was the most emotional scene?
The most emotional scene for me was probably when Amy says goodbye to the doctor. That was really tough to get through. But also, I've been building up to it for ages, and I was like, how do I pitch this? I mean, I don't want to make it too sentimental, because she is just doing something in the moment. And I was like, oh no, I can't even get through it when I was doing it. And I remember I was just turning around to everyone like, is this rubbish? Is this like, am I doing a rubbish job with this? And they were like, no, it's fine. So that was really emotional for me. So actually, it didn't require any acting at all. It's the most amount of acting I've ever done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I like your scarf.
Cool scarf.
I'm really excited to meet you. As you can see, my legs are shaking.
You look steady, man. I don't see any shaking legs.
I just want to know, who's your favorite companion? And you can't say you.
My favorite companion has always been Rose. I just think she's brilliant. I loved her chemistry with David Tennant. I thought they worked really well together. I love that episode Doomsday when they get trapped on either side of the wall. That's my favorite moment. Because he just looks so sad. And yeah, I thought she was just really brilliant. Really found her such a good actress.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do you think there's like some sort of former companion therapy group out there somewhere where like Rose and Amy, everybody's gathered together and be like, so this is about my crazy time with that guy.
I think so.
You'd probably be emotionally scarred, you know, lost
Absolutely.
adventures.
Oh, that's exactly what happens to all of the companions. They go into therapy.
Yeah. Hi there.
Okay, I'm nervous as well. And I've heard this. Okay. Who is your favorite Doctor Who villain? Or enemy?
Okay, my favorite villain are the Weeping Angels. But also, I like the Silence.
Yes.
I think that they're really, really terrifying. The guy who played most of the Silence was this guy, this really tall guy called Malik. And he was just like really into it and scared. And yeah, I thought they were great.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Hi.
Hi, Karen, it's nice to see you. I didn't have an idea that I'd get a chance to actually ask you this, but as I was watching season 6, I actually thought of you as an actress and wanted to ask you, did you 100% all the way through understand your storyline? Be honest, you're under oath.
Okay, the answer is probably no. I think I understood everything that was happening when it was happening, but I didn't know. Stephen Moffat's writing is so clever, and he thinks so far ahead that things happen and they're not explained at the time, and then they'll be explained maybe like a series later or something. So I didn't know what was going to happen, so I knew that things were unexplained, but as far as everything that was happening at the time that I was acting, at least I made a version that made sense to me.
You always looked like you knew what you were doing. Always. Thanks.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Emma.
Cool, fast.
Thank you. Was Matt Smith really goofy on set?
Yes, he was. There's no two ways about that. Yeah, that's actually all we did with our time, actually. Just messed around and shot some stuff in between. He's funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there like a real sense of pride? I mean, all of you guys are now going on to do really awesome things. And recently, Matt was just in the Cannes Film Festival. Is there like that sense of pride of like, you know, my brother's
Yes.
out there doing this thing?
Absolutely. I was so excited about Terminator. I was like a proud mother. I didn't even know it was that. It's gonna be a Terminator.
Have you seen the Lost River film that he's in?
No, I haven't. I think it's only shown at Cannes Film Festival. I can't wait to see it.
I know, me too.
I've seen the trailer where he's like, look at my muscles.
Look at my muscles. I hope you're texting that to him like
Oh,
every
I
day.
immediately recorded a version of that and sent it to him.
Yeah. It needs a dance remix or something. Like the look at Hi.
OMG, this is happening.
Oh, that's
Okay. As Amy Pond, if you could choose any companion to travel through space and time with forever, who would you choose? Like a girl bonding type of thing.
So does it have to be a girl?
Yes.
I was about to choose Elvis Presley. But let's go with, let's take Elvis's wife. Priscilla Presley. I really think that she would enjoy it. She would, we'll go back and watch Elvis performances. And I don't know, I just feel like her and Amy Pond would have a very particular rapport. That's rubbish.
Just gonna let that sit for a second, because that really
Let me think of someone sci-fi, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Katie Sackhoff from Battlestar Galactica. Woo!
Hi there.
Hi, my name is Eli. Have you ever tried fish fingers and custard?
Kind of. Not really. I've tried things that look like fish fingers in custard. For an episode that we did called The Power of Three. But actually they were made out of coconut, so I cheated. Have you? Have you tried them?
No.
I think you should. Is that your dad next to you? Yeah, why don't you get your dad to make some and make him eat it as well? He'll really enjoy it.
Okay, but before we put that out there in the world, what is the best brand of like fish fingers and custard to look for? Like, what's a good custard brand? Because we don't always have access to good custard in the States.
Oh, okay. I don't know the name of the one that everybody eats or drinks. What do you do with custard? What? Birds. Oh, that's my dad's. Hi, thanks, Dad. Birds custard.
Where's he? I don't even see him.
He's there.
Oh.
Everybody's like,
Give it up for... Well, he contributed today, though. Like, he helped us with the custard question.
Birds custard.
Birds custard. Hi.
Your dad is a hard act to follow, but I'm really into accents and dialects from different areas, and I've seen the trailer several times for Selfie, so I was curious, being Scottish and having to learn the American accent, how hard was that for you, and was there anything particularly American that you watched to kind of pick up the dialect?
Well, I feel like we used to play Barbies when we were younger in the UK in an American accent, which I now realize is weird. But like, I guess it would just be neutral to you guys. But yeah, so I feel like I've been training from a very young age. But then when I had to do Oculus, I had this like 13-minute monologue in an American accent, so I did all the groundwork then. But then for Selfie, that's a very particular Valley Girl voice that I had to learn from modern TV shows, because I feel like it's more modern. It's like the oh my god thing. So I watched Girls.
We don't know
that
TV
show. Yeah, I just watched Girls and listened to their, you know that TV show on HBO, and listened to them because they have some strong voices going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now, you're also going to appear in it was just announced, In the Valley of Violence, directed by Ty West with John Travolta, Ethan Hawke, Teresa.
Oh yeah.
Great company.
Yes, I know, Travolta.
Super exciting. Are you going to have to learn like a Western accent for that?
I think so, yeah. I'm going to start studying very soon. I work with dialect coaches as well, just to add to that.
Yeah.
And they tell me what to do and I just repeat it. But I'm really excited, mainly about trying to get John Travolta to do karaoke with me.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm most excited about.
I want to see a video of you and him doing the Pulp Fiction dance.
Yeah.
I think that would make the internet explode.
I've never met him yet, so we'll see how that goes.
It's hard to open with that. Nice to meet you. Can we dance?
Would you mind
Yeah. Hi there.
Hello. Yes, my question is, recently, Matt and Arthur have been doing a lot of stuff on stage, and they would have like broadened their horizons, and you've been doing some amazing acting work since Dr. Who. Do you have anything that you would like to do regarding not acting, like writing, producing, anything like that?
Yeah, I would love to do some writing. I actually do that on the side, just for fun. But maybe one day I'll just like put it out into the world if it's good enough. But I love writing. I really enjoy it. It's enough to drive you crazy though if you do it for too long, I realize. Like I can't do it before I go to sleep or I'm like, oh, wired. But no, it's really fun to create something from nothing. I like that idea.
What genre do you like writing?
Probably if I was going to write something, it would probably be like a really low budget independent film, just because those are the things that I watch on Netflix every night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, I just wanted to say you're like my favorite companion in the history of all eternity. And my question is, if you could choose any doctor to travel with other than Matt, who would it be?
Ooh. Don't know what that was. David Tennant. David Tennant.
Yes.
He's, Scottish, and he is really nice as a person, and he jumps around and has a sort of manic quality that I really like. I really liked his version of the character, although Eccleston was really good too. Or do I just go right back to the beginning? Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking of Tennant.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Tennant. Sticking with a Scottish boy.
I know.
Hi there. Can someone help this young lady with a microphone?
Hi, my name is Amara.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, were you shocked when you read the script that River was your daughter?
Good question. And yes, I was very shocked to find out that piece of information. I didn't see that coming. Alex Kingston, who plays River Song, knew the whole time, so she was like quietly smug. And Arthur worked it out beforehand, and I was just the last person to know. I couldn't believe it. It was so shocking. I was just like, wow, that is a twist. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. It's so loud. Sorry.
That was great.
It's nice to meet you. I've seen you on Doctor Who, and like you're really pretty. So.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. So you're a very talented actress. So what advice would you give someone who wanted to go into acting?
I would say, first of all, watch everything that you can. That's all I do now when I have time off, is watch people doing it who are better at doing it. I think that's really important.
Okay.
Because you can learn so much from that. And just keep working, really. I mean, because especially now with the internet and everything, you can be so much more self-generating than before. So you can make your own stuff, you can put it online. And you can just sort of do it that way now, which is a really good showcase. So I would encourage that.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I was wondering how you felt when you figured out that you kind of just had to die in the Angels of Manhattan episode. How did you kind of feel when you found out about that?
Wow. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to exit the show, but I did know that I was going to leave at that point. So it wasn't like a total shock, but I also refused to read the script up until right before we shot it, because I didn't want to know how it ended. And Arthur was like, can you please read it so we could talk about it at least? And I was like, no, it's not happening. But then to me, it was just the most exciting way to go, because in my opinion, it was a happy ending. I mean, she got to go back in time and be with her husband, but also had the dramatic effect of kind of dying. So I was really happy with it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
You need help with that microphone?
You can
Maybe here. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, we can hear you.
Just before I ask my question, I just want to say you're basically my favorite actress, and I admire you, and you're so amazing. And I just want to tell you, congratulations on being awesome.
Thanks, guys.
You should get a certificate for that. Like, you are awesome.
Okay, my question is, of all the characters you have played in so many different like movies and stuff, what's it like being known for mainly just Doctor Who and not all the other stuff?
It's really cool. I sort of wouldn't have it any other way. It's the best. I don't really have a problem with being associated with one thing if it's a really cool TV show. So I'm like, this is actually good, and it's not something I would ever want to distance myself from, because it's been really helpful for me in the rest of my career afterwards as well. I mean, the reason I got the role in Oculus was because the director was a really big Whovian, and when I first met him on Skype, he was drinking out of a TARDIS mug. And I was like, but he didn't realise, because it was his everyday mug, and I was just like, oh my god, it's like, I'm gonna get this role. Nailed it.
Is it true that when you guys had a sit down, he was wearing a Matt Smith t-shirt?
Poor guy. So then we meet in Los Angeles to talk about the project, and he's wearing his usual Doctor Who t-shirt with Matt Smith's face on it, wearing a fez. And then I was like, do you mind if a couple of my friends join us for a drink afterwards? And he was like, sure. And it was Matt Smith, and he just looked down and he was like, oh my god, that's
I hope he got a little bit of abuse for that. Did Matt say anything to him? Like, yeah, sure.
No, that's what's so funny. He like nobody really spoke about it. I know, like so.
Hi there.
I'm just such a big fan of you, and I'm so excited for Guardians of the Galaxy coming soon. And I was wondering, like, when your role of the villain, or one of the villains, how long did it take to like get all that makeup together and stuff? And, like, was it tedious or like?
It wasn't tedious, but it did take 5 hours every morning, which was a long time to be sitting in one place. So it was tough mentally just to kind of like sit there and not sort of go stir crazy. But also it was really worth it because when I was finished, people were audibly gasping when I would walk around. So I was like, oh, this is really cool and worth it. But no, it was a long time of sitting down and having glue on your face.
And they just announced Josh Brolin is going to be the voice of Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's so cool.
So cool. Maybe you can get some tips on like good Western talk for Valley Violence.
For me to talk to, yeah. I will.
I really hope he just shows up as Thanos in that Josh Brolin draw. Like,
yeah, that would be so cool.
So badass. Like, yeah. That would make me terrified of Thanos. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
Just wondering, what was it like coming back for Matt Smith's final episode? Being back on the set that one last time.
Oh, for Matt's final episode, that was such a trippy, strange experience for me because I had been like distanced from the show by that point. I'd worked on different projects, and I think I'd literally gone straight from Guardians of the Galaxy straight to Cardiff, onto the new TARDIS. And it was just so weird because I walked onto somebody else's TARDIS and I was like, oh, but it's all the same people. My sense memory was going crazy. And then, I mean, it was just so sad. Matt was just kind of, I think Stephen Moffat wrote me into the scene purely to have me there for moral support for Matt. I think that's what it was, rather than story purposes. And he was actually holding it together. Me and Jenna Coleman were not. I mean, we were both crying. And I was like, I'm gonna get you tea, this is really terrible. But then what was really cool was, and really weird as well, was like Matt had finished and he walked out of the studio, and then Peter Capaldi walked in. And I was like, what did run out? It was just like, and it was just the weirdest thing. It sort of felt like, oh, this show really does just carry on.
Had you had interactions with Peter Capaldi?
No, the first time I saw him was when he walked into the studio. It was really light outside and really dark in the studio, so he was just this silhouette in the doorway. And I was like, it's him.
Like the arrival of Batman or something. I'm wearing a Peter Capaldi t-shirt today.
Nice.
I am not a 100% Rebel Time Lord, but I'm excited about Peter.
Yeah, I am.
I know, right?
He's an amazing actor, and he's so passionate about the show. He's a huge fan, so he's going to take care of it.
So just on that note, because there are fans out there that sometimes react either a little negatively or, you know, they're so passionate about Matt Smith and about your roles and everything. Do you kind of want to put the word out there, like, give the guy a shot, like, you know, embrace him, because this show is about change?
Oh yeah, that's the nature of the show. It wouldn't be the longest running sci-fi show in the world if it didn't change every so often, because like that's the key to longevity. So I think you should give everyone a shot, really. But then you're totally entitled to your own opinion.
Hi.